This lawsuit revolves around some serious allegations, which, if true, paint a troubling picture. The complaint outlines that Combs and Carter weren't just occasional colleagues in the music world. They formed a deep friendship that has been well known since the late 1990s. Over the years, they attended numerous music industry events together. These included parties, business events, and after-parties, where they were often seen side by side. The bond between them was so strong that in 2023, Combs stated that Carter was the only person, apart from Combs' mother, who had the privilege of calling him by his real first name, Sean. Their relationship seemed to peak around 2000, when both were at the height of their fame and influence. They attended the 2000 MTV Video Music Awards in New York City, and afterward, Combs hosted an after-party. Many of the biggest names in the music and entertainment industries were present, including Carter. This is where the events described in the lawsuit allegedly took place. In addition to the core allegations, the complaint brings up an alleged harassment campaign that Carter, also known as Jay Z, supposedly started after Busby, a lawyer, reached out about his involvement in the lawsuit. The complaint goes on to say that Carter, referred to as Celebrity A in the original complaint, received a letter from the plaintiff's attorney before the amended complaint was filed. The letter proposed mediation to resolve the matter, but according to the complaint, Jay Z didn't respond calmly. Instead, he allegedly filed a completely baseless lawsuit and also took it a step further by allegedly orchestrating a harassment campaign. This campaign, the lawsuit claims, included bullying, intimidation, and attempts to silence the plaintiff and their lawyers. The goal of this alleged conspiracy was to prevent the plaintiff from naming Jay Z in the lawsuit and to discredit the lawyers involved. The complaint insists that these efforts were aimed at scaring the plaintiffs and undermining their legal team. However, despite these tactics, the plaintiff refused to back down and, in fact, decided to file the amended complaint due to what they describe as Jay Z's severe misconduct. Shortly after the lawsuit was filed, Jay Z responded publicly through his company's Instagram account. He vehemently denied all the allegations, calling the lawsuit false. According to Jay Z, he is being blackmailed, and he insists that he has no connection to any of the events or claims in the lawsuit. This case now seems to have escalated into a bitter legal battle with accusations of intimidation, harassment, and false claims. The plaintiff has made it clear that they're not backing down despite the alleged pressure they've faced, with both sides accusing each other of serious misconduct. This lawsuit is only just beginning to reveal the complexity and depth of the situation. The legal process will likely continue for a long time as both parties work to prove their claims in court. The public statement from Jay Z only adds to the drama, with each side continuing to take opposing stances on what happened and why. This lawsuit could set the stage for a long and contentious legal fight, with the truth still very much up in the air. The allegations against Diddy are serious, but what's even more surprising is that the person who claims to be Diddy's best friend, someone who has been present at all of Diddy's notorious parties and events, has not said a word about any of the accusations. This silence should be taken into consideration, and it raises doubts about that. This morning, Jay Z filed a new motion, which we'll get to shortly, in an attempt to balance things out in his favor, especially against the accuser. But first, let's take a look at how Jay Z has responded to the lawsuit so far. To catch you up, a woman filed a lawsuit against Diddy back in October, accusing him of raping her at a VMA activewear program back in 2000, when she was just 13 years old. According to her story, she was given a drink at the party, which made her feel dizzy and disoriented. Along with Diddy, another male celebrity and a female celebrity were allegedly involved in the incident. At first, the male celebrity wasn't named, but that has now changed. The accuser and her lawyer, Tony Busby, refiled the lawsuit on Sunday, naming Jay Z as the unnamed male celebrity who was allegedly part of the assault. Jay Z's reaction to this is quite remarkable. While it's common for people facing such accusations to either deny the claims or remain silent, Jay Z took a much more aggressive approach. Not only did he deny the accusations outright, but he also went after the lawyer, Tony Busby, in a personal and public way. part of Jay Z's statement included claims that his lawyer received a blackmail attempt from Tony Busby. And Jay Z even said that this situation made him want to publicly expose Busby as a fraud. He went on to explain that he had done some research on Busby and had discovered that the lawyer seemed to have a history of using dramatic tactics like this in legal battles. Jay Z's words were sharp and pointed. He made it clear that he wouldn't be giving Busby a single penny, implying that the lawyer's efforts to shake him down were not going to work. Jay Z suggested that Busby was trying to use his usual theatrics to get attention and maybe even financial gain. In fact, Jay Z seemed to view this as an opportunity to take a stand against what he believes is a baseless attack on him and Diddy. His decision to go after the lawyer in such a public manner shows just how seriously he's taking the accusations and the overall situation, which also makes him the perfect person to answer these questions. It's also important to note that Jay Z's response was not just about defending himself. He seemed to be trying to turn the tables and put the pressure on the accuser and her legal team. By naming Busby as a fraud and exposing what he considers to be a pattern of behavior, Jay Z aimed to discredit the lawyer and, in turn, weaken the credibility of the lawsuit. This strategy is part of a larger legal and public relations battle, where Jay Z is attempting to protect his reputation while also defending his position in the case. However, this situation is far from simple. The accuser's allegations are serious, and Jay Z's involvement in the case makes it even more complicated. The details of the case are still unfolding, but the fact that a well-known lawyer like Tony Busby is involved, and that Jay Z is responding in such a forceful manner, adds layers of drama to what is already a highly publicized legal battle. The public responses from both sides have only made the case more contentious and more high-profile, with each party trying to position themselves as the victim or the one wronged. On top of this, Jay Z's response to the lawsuit has raised more questions about the nature of his relationship with Diddy and his involvement in the alleged events. While he has strongly denied the accusations, the fact that the woman has refiled the lawsuit and named him directly means that this case will continue to evolve. It's clear that the legal strategy at play here involves not just defending against the allegations, but also attacking the credibility of the accuser and her lawyer, as well as challenging the validity of the case. The stakes are high not just for Jay Z and Diddy, but for everyone involved in this legal battle. With the added layer of blackmail accusations and the back and forth between Jay Z and Tony Busby, this case is likely to become even more complicated as it moves through the court system. For now, Jay Z is sticking to his defense, claiming innocence and pushing back against what he views as an unfair attack. Meanwhile, the accuser and her lawyer, Tony Busby, are continuing to pursue the case, hoping to bring justice for the alleged victim. This is a tense situation that could have long-lasting consequences for everyone involved. As the case develops, it will be interesting to see how both sides continue to handle the pressure, especially as more details come to light. Whether or not Jay Z and Diddy are ultimately cleared of wrongdoing, the fight to prove their innocence or to prove that they were in fact guilty will likely be one of the most watched and talked about legal battles in recent memory.